Hello, it is I, Jabberwocky. No, I'm not. I'm not Jabberwocky. I'm one of his friends posting it on his channel because why not? And today, dun 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 dun, we're doing a Florio petals tier list. This is almost every petal. Almost. Not all of them, I'm pretty sure. There's probably a single one missing, like the mark. But I can't do that. But okay. Why are there two stills? Let's just put those together. And I'll be ranking every single Florio petal in this tier list. Also, I'm gonna shamelessly plug my podcast. Everything is interesting by Dennis. You can listen to it on Spotify. Listen to it on Spotify. Yes, do that. Yes, very good. Yes. Okay. Let's begin with the tier list. Also, just to clarify, I am not Jabberwocky. I'm just one of his friends. And I do not play Florio for I haven't played it for 1.5 years because it's far too just it it's boring. I don't really like it, but I do like the concept and everything. So I'm gonna do a tier list. No reaction. Okay, that's good. Let's start with the most basic petal there is. Literally, basic. I'm gonna be ranking these not on how classic they are. I'm gonna be ranking these on how good they are. So this one just goes in F. There's no reason for the basic to exist. It's just bad. I know the only reason it exists is just to be a starter petal. But just why don't you just put I don't know, rocks and stingers and that kind of stuff as starter petals. The basic is just oh, wrong. It's just a bad petal. It's not good. And I know it's supposed to be bad because it's a starter petal. But no, I still think it's just the worst petal. F tier. Also, I'm gonna delete this row because they'll need it. Also, E tier is not here because E tier is never used. Okay. Second off, antenna. I don't need to explain, I think. Bubble. You all know where this goes. This is a D. No, it's not. This is a D. It is. Yes. No, it's not. It's a B. Did I troll you? I didn't troll you because it's a C. Or is it an A? It's a B. Or is it? No, it is. So the bubble is a B because it's not a B. It's a C. I'm being annoying. Sorry. It's just a B. Because it is very useful, but you need to have 4 bubbles to make the maximum boost, and then you need to sacrifice 4 different slots just to have a little bit faster movement speed. So it's not that great. Next is the which one should I choose? Starfish. I already care for it. It could be very useful, but it only heals half your HP. So I'm thinking C tier. Cactus, one of my personal favorites. It's pretty good. It can even stack. It makes your HP a little bit higher. Claw. It does more damage the more there is of the not existing damage. B tier. Then there is... Oh. Then the... I hate my laptop. Then there is corn. I don't know if it's under or overrated because the people I talk to, some of them really like it and some of them really hate it. So I'm gonna put it in C tier. Cutter. I don't really know why it exists except to be a reference. It's pretty okay, but it's not that great. It has a very small hitbox too. D tier. Dahlia. Okay, stick with me here. What is the difference between a dahlia and a rose? Answer in 3 seconds. No, you can't. There is no difference. The only difference is that there's 3 petals in this one, and this is only 1. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they heal precisely the same amount. There's no reason for the dahlia to exist if the rose already existed. Dahlia. Just a basic healing item. C tier. Rose. B tier. Dandelion. This is the superior version of the missile, I think. A. Missile. This is the inferior version of the dandelion. B. Egg. This is gonna be controversial, but I really don't like the beetle egg. It's only one beetle per egg. Just have 4 beetles per egg then. And like very underpowered beetles, so you can have a beetle army. Just do that. See there. Ah, I lost my way. Here it is. Fangs. Fangs I like, but they're not really useful for PvP. They're useful for fighting a large amount of enemies. So I'm gonna think C tier at the top. Faster. Yeah, it's just a tiny petal which makes your things spin faster. It's not even that strong. It can be used for the Wheel of Death, so that gives the opponent a bonus point onto C tier. Grapes. After. Except if you spam them, grapes and peas both are like completely useless. Heavy. It's like corn, but objectively just worse. And D tier. It takes less long to respawn. Rock. It's even worse than heavy because it takes less long to respawn too. It's like heavy is rock with weightlifting, and corn is heavy on steroids. Honey, very useful for fighting large amount of enemies or just strong enemies. A tier. Iris, a classic. B tier. I would put this in the D, but it's so great for trolling. So S tier. Leaf. How about we leave the leaf in B tier? I make funny jokes, laugh. Light. Wheel of Death. No other explanation. B tier. Magnet. This is actually kind of useless. Like, except if you like want to get all the drops, but it's kind of useless because now the drops are shared. But the thing that makes it give a little bit bonus points is that I found out, and yes, me, not Robert, I find out, me, Kratty, the owner of the podcast, Everything is Interesting, listen to it on Spotify, made by Dennis. It can collide the magnets from the lightning from lightning, so it can hit the magnet instead of you, and it does break them, but it still makes you invulnerable to lightning as long as it's still exists. Then that brings us to lightning. It's just a very good petal. It's A tier. Magnet also A tier. I forgot to read that. Pearl. I loved this because it's just Thor's hammer. S tier. I have a bias, I know. Pincer. What does it do? Let's see. The pincer does absolutely nothing. No, it doesn't. It does. Oh no. Petal dropped by scorpions. Pincers act as a mix between honey and iris, inflicting a slowdown and poison damage. They deal low base damage but are great as a debuff petal to deal further damage with other petals. It just sounds pretty useless. See there. Pollen. The less good version of Pearl. But it is very useful if a bunch of hornets are chasing you because you can block the missiles from the hornets. Aether. Rice. Nice. Esther. Salt. Now I'm getting angry again, or you could say salty, because why doesn't this stack? Just make the effect less strong the more you stack it, but like if it's completely stacked, it does like 50% damage back. That would be like so cool. But it doesn't stack, so the sand. It's just basic but worse. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put this in D tier. Shell. It gives a little bit of like armor, which is very less than your normal HP. It's B tier. Soil. Everyone loves it. At least worms. But everyone is a worm. No, they aren't. But still, C tier. It's fun to have like a bunch of soil in the cutter and just like go through a lot of enemies, but you can't really heal because the enemies block all your healing items. Which brings us to sponges. Sponges just are a good petal. They're a very good idea too, but they're just a bit too like underpowered. I mean, like you take full damage afterwards. It would be like far cooler if the sponge breaks, it will like sap your health as like poison type, so you can still try to heal before you die. Stick. Esther, I love the stick. You can just equip fuel sticks and spam everything. Stinger, very old one, classic. Peter, nothing really to say here. Better than the missile though. Uranium. Why did they put radioactive stuff in a children game for where you're a flower in a garden? I just don't understand. But it is pretty useful though, Peter. Web. Peter. Wing. The boomerang. The Australian boomerang. The difference is that this one does come back and doesn't land somewhere in a bush and then not to be found for 10 years, and then you step on it once and your foot hurts. It hurts. It's not F tier, it's C tier. Yin Yang. F. I just don't like Yin Yang, it's so useless. It's only a novelty if you use it, just showing off how much petals you have that you use a Yin Yang. Yucca, the superior version of Leaf. Air. The worst F and the most rightful F I've ever given in my life. It's so useless. Clover. Pretty useful. B tier. Powder. Why is there white powder in a children's game? I don't understand. C tier. Yggdrasil. Yig 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 Peter. Okay. Basil. I have no clue what this does, and I'm probably gonna upset a bunch of people. I'm just tier listing it on how much I like basil in the real world, and I love basil. S. Orange. Cedar. It's like sand, but it's a little bit better. Bulb. Wait, I have an idea. Let's search up what a bulb is. Do you get the joke? Get it? Because like a light bulb is like an idea. Never mind, you're not laughing at all. Bulb. A petal that will make every mob draw their aggro rage. Oh, it just makes mobs angry at you. As I was saying before I got interrupted, the bulb just makes enemies aggro, so it seems like more of like a hazard than a useful petal. D tier. And I'm not judging about how I use it because I don't play Florio anymore. Hey, carrot. I love the idea, but I don't love the execution. Peter. Cotton. It's inferior sponge because it takes up far less HP. Lotus. It's like it absorbs the things from the poisony things. The iris. Peter. Poo. It's just poo. Nothing more to say. Eggs. You can make an ant army just for that. S. Relic. Why is there an ancient relic from the gods in this game? I have so many questions. See there. Plank. Oh, plank, Dieter. And lastly, the tomato. I have no clue, but I like tomatoes. S tier. And that's the finished tier list. Yay. And yeah, that's the entire tier list made. And oh yeah, have you listened to my podcast yet? It's called Everything is in